Oops, I promise that this channel is not going to be just art hauls, but I have some things to open and I've held on to them to open with you. So we'll do that today. I'm also going to move my easel back to over here and work on these paintings just a tiny bit. And let's see what we get up to today in the studio. In the big box, I got this really large 18 by 24 Canson watercolor paper. It's 140 pound cold pressed, and I needed this because I facilitated a process art workshop for a group of friends, and so I needed to open this early. Because this is the paper that we use, but it's great. I now have a lot of sheets that I'll be able to use in the future. So I had to open it up early because I needed this for that workshop. In that same, I got this Art Pop Acrylic Set from Dick Blick, and these are a set of 24 colors that we used for that workshop. I don't know what they look like now. Oh yeah, here we go. It's a really nice set. It worked really well for the workshop. It was fun to have such an array of colors. You know, I work with a limited palette, so this was really kind of fun, and the quality was pretty good. I haven't tested it for like my paintings, but for what I was doing, it was great. And here's the list of colors. I mean, it's a nice range, and when you're working with a group, it is kind of fun to have pre-mixed colors like this. And so this was really fun, and the texture was nice, and so I'm happy to have this. I'm happy to have this whether I use it myself or I use it for another workshop that I facilitate. And then in that same order, I got two brushes. These are Simply Simmons, a 6 and a 4 round, and I have a feeling I'm going to really like these. I can already tell I kind of like the weight. I think these are going to be great. I don't have any of these. This is a new brand for me and a new, yeah, totally new, but I'm excited to try them, and so we might do that today. So I love that. The thing about brush sizes that I know, and maybe you know more, I'd love to know if you know more, but I think it's mayhem. I don't think there's any rhyme or reason. Like in general, the smaller number is smaller and the bigger number is bigger. But I don't think a 6 in this brand will be the same as a 6 in another brand. And that's a little frustrating. So it's really just trial and error. But I got those. And then this was influenced by, we'll unwrap it all, by Ann Livingston. She has this older video about this acrylic varnish. Oh, it's oil and acrylic, and it's a Gamblin Gamvar, and I got the Satin, and I haven't tried this varnish before, so I'm excited to do it. But there you go. That I won't be using it for a while, so it's just to have in my supply kit, but I am excited, and when I do, I'll show it. Maybe I'll do a test. I have other varnishes, and I'd be interested to see the difference. But you know, I was interested. She really likes this, and there are actually most professional artists that I follow use this same varnish, so it was time to up my game. So if you watched my last failed art haul, you know that these Caran wax pastels came broken. And so I contacted Dick Blick, and they very graciously, quickly sent new ones. And so I am sending the broken ones back. And all I had to do was supply a photo. And I did suggest that they bubble wrap them, and they listened. The last ones came in a bubble envelope, and these were wrapped in a box with bubble wrap, and so I'm feeling much better about them being able to have made it. Let's see if we can open. And these are the Neocolor ones. So they're truly a wax pastel. They are not the water soluble. And I wanted to get these because for sketching in my sketchbook, but also for some mixed media. I like the water soluble, but obviously when you use the water soluble, if you get them wet, they, you know, they become paint, basically. They're paint. And so I wanted to have an actual wax pastel. So fingers crossed when we unbox this that it will be an unbroken set. Yes, yes. Here we go. Yes. Yeah, that's perfect. They're so pretty. Isn't that pretty? They're just so pretty. Yeah, I love them. And the inside of this, let's see, I can maybe cut this chart. I think I can cut this chart. If you cut this, not the best scissors, but it has a chart of all the colors. So you could cut this and probably put it inside here. Yeah, it'll fit inside there. You can know what all the colors are. I think you can buy these individually, which is why it's if you run out of a color, you could just pick the color that you really love. And so I'm excited to use these. You'll see these in my sketchbook and maybe in some mixed media when I do some mixed media. But they were so gracious at Dick Blick, and really the customer service is just phenomenal. So that's lovely. I'm so glad. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited to use them. They'll never look like this again, so it's really nice to have them look like this right now. The other thing that I got was this. I don't know if you can see it. It's big. But it's just a paper portfolio. It's an envelope. And what I realized why I needed this is because I have all of this paperwork like this, that if it doesn't go up on the wall, they're just like floating around, and I needed some place to put them all. So I chose this really pretty bright yellow, and I'll be able to put them all in here. So it's just for studio organization, but this was really inexpensive, and just seems like it'll be perfect. I think I probably used one of these in design school years ago, but I certainly don't have it anymore, and it was really nice to get this. So I'll be putting all my paperwork in this, and then at least it'll all be stored in one place. So, as you know, I tried to have my easel over there because I was trying to like free up space so I wasn't so crunched in here at my desk. But I realized that I like being right here. And so I have gone back to, that's why I moved it. I just feel better when it's all close here, close to me. And so, yeah, so I'm back here. It's a little tight for the angle of this, I think, but I think it'll be better in general. And the lighting is all kind of weird because it is now fall, soon to be winter in the US. And so this room only really gets good light at 7 o'clock in the morning, which I am not going to be filming at 7 o'clock in the morning. And so you kind of have to live with the fact that the lighting won't be perfect. I have a really good light. It's probably too bright, and I'm not quite sure which angle, how to put it. And so I'm learning, I guess is what I'm trying to say, as I'm learning. And I hope that you'll be gracious as I learn it. Oh, these lids are so hard. All right, I was going to work a little bit on the background of this. I'm going to paint this blue and try to actually what I want to do is try to get it out of these flowers, try to see if I can get so the flowers are more defined. We'll see how we do. I haven't had the chance to paint at all this week. I've painted in my sketchbook quite a bit every morning, except for one, which has been nice. I've been using the Lisa Solomon's color meditation, and I've done a little bit of work on the color theory class from Ann Livingston, but not much else, because I have been busy in my real day job. So for those of you that don't know, I do community development in my community. And so I am, have a part-time job as a nonprofit director. And this week was just busier. And so that's the the reality of my art practice, is that I don't always get to do it, And so, which is fine. It is I love my job. I love the work that I do. Oh, I took out the tail, guys. I took out the tail to put that tail back. I love the work that I do. And so it's not like I'm upset that I have to work a job, and that I'm not a full-time artist. I actually, my work is my passion. It's about place and connecting people to place and creating community in real time, in real life, and using my community sort of as a learning ground to how do we do this in America? How do we do this? How do we work together when we don't always agree? How do we come together over things that we are passionate about? Anyway, so I really do love the work that I do, but I don't get to paint full time. Put in the comments, I'm curious, how many of you are full-time artists and how many of you are like me, you work another job? I'm curious about that. I don't think it makes you any less of an artist if you have a full-time job. I don't think being a professional artist, in my definition, I don't think being a professional artist is incumbent on you not having other work. And the reason I feel that way is because I think that traditionally the arts have been a bit challenging to make a living. And not that I think that's right, but that's how it is. And people are multifaceted. They want to do lots of things. They want to be doctors, and they want to be attorneys, and they want to be, teachers, or, whatever the thing is that they have the passion of their career or their life. But they also want to be artists. And I think they are no less an artist, even if it's not their full-time thing. But I am curious about you on whether you are a full-time artist or if you also are doing something else. And then if you are doing something else, how do you make time for your art? Because isn't that the real question that we're all kind of asking? How do we make time for this? How this thing we love so much, which is so vital to our lives, how do we make time for it? So I have to wait for this to dry, and then I can take it out of the clips, flip it around, get some of that. But it's coming along. It's coming along. I need to get some more definition in these flowers, but I'm liking how I love how this is coming along. Let's try the other one. Let's see what we can do on the other one. Oh yeah, this is the one that I really was liking the most, but when I walked away from this, I realized it needed some definitions inside this cup, inside a lot of the cup, inside the cup, so you know that was the inside of the cup. More definition on the stool, I thought, but as far as the bear, I just love how that looks. So let's get some of the definition in that. And I think I need to pull that that Titan buff that I had been using. We'll pull this and see if we can just make that a little tighter. Let's see what we got. So the workshop that I ran was, we do this fun club, which is for on the full moon, a group of friends and I meet to do fun stuff. And this time we were doing a process art thing. We had painted once, and we had we've played games, we've done all kinds of things. We've redone precious moments, to altered them to be something else. We made Barbies that look like ourselves, and then this time it was to do this process art, and I led that, and it was really fun. It was really fun. We really got into it, and I really enjoyed it. I haven't led an art experience for a while, and I remembered how much I enjoy doing it. And yeah, I don't know, maybe there'll be room in the future for me to lead more art experiences for people. I do really enjoy it. I really enjoy the process of thinking about it and thinking about what I might offer. So yeah, it was really fun. It was really fun. So sometimes I like to pull a color, it could be any color, and have that color kind of bounce around the painting to kind of unify it, especially when I've used this rainbow of colors, which, you know, is peeking through in all areas of the bear and in the background and even in the cups and the stool. But if I can pick a color that kind of unifies it, it just helps. And so hence this sort of aqua color is to try to do that, to make it feel like it's one cohesive painting instead of it being not a cohesive painting, but I love it. I love how that is coming along. It's interesting to me that I did not do details on the paws, and I actually kind of like it. So that's interesting. Normally I might, you know, force that a little bit more on the cup, but I don't want to. But I do think I want to put some claws along the cup. So it may ruin it. It doesn't matter. We will just paint over it if it does. I'm going to pull some carbon black to do that and see if I can find a finer brush. I organized my brushes. I will drop a photo. You can see I put all the sort of odd brushes, these brushes together, all the thicker paint brushes. Anyway, I made an attempt to do it. So my thought was, Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. So to give the illusion of there being, right, some sense of claws here. Yeah, I do. I love that. Okay, so that's an illusion. It's illusion. It's not real. Like I didn't actually make the are they hands or are they paws? They're paws, right? Bare paws. I didn't actually make the paws. I just put the black in the, yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. I like that a lot. I have to say, so far, the teacup one is winning for me as far as like which one I actually do in the large painting. Yeah, so far this is the one that I like the best. But who knows? Maybe the flower will win its course. You guys tell me, which one do you like better? Remember, these are studies to do a big 6-foot painting. If I still have the speed to do it. But you tell me, do you like the teapots? I feel like I should show you both. Do you like the teapots or do you like the flowers? Teapots, teacups, flowers, teacups. I think they're both great. I think they're both great, and I think they're both really fun. And I'm happy that I had this like tiny bit of time in the studio today with you. It's really nice to get back. Yeah, it's really nice to get back. Yeah, that's it for today. Like I said, I had a busy week, and I need to kind of, my entire studio is just a pit. It's just a mess, and I need to clean that up. So thanks for coming. I'm really happy that Dick Blick made it right on those broken wax pastels. They did immediately. So don't hesitate to order from them. If something does arrive damaged, they will fix it like that. And that has been my experience for 30 years. So that's why I continue to want to be a partner with them. So yeah, thanks. And thanks so much for joining me in the studio. I know this was a little bit shorter than usual, but it's just good to have you. And I cannot wait to have you next Sunday. Thank you. I'll see you Sunday.